Well, it's time for a brand new big legendary to take over the entire meta. Hey, this is Gatorex, and yeah, today we're going to be talking about Giratina. This is the deck I've got. It's, my build. You can change up the supporters, but for the most part, this is what we're rocking. 2 Giratina, 1 Mewtwo. The point is that obviously you know Mewtwo. Giratina, though, is one of the new Pokemon in, from the recent set, from Shining Reverie. So Giratina EX is a 150 HP basic EX Pokemon. The cool thing about it is the ability, Broken Space Bellow, actually. Once during your turn, you may take a Psychic Energy from your Energy Zone and attach it to this Pokemon. If you do use this ability, your turn ends. Other than that, it's got a pretty big attack, Chaotic Impact, for 3 Psychic and a Colorless, 130 damage, and it does 20 damage to itself. So it's a big guy, but the main thing that we like about it is the energy acceleration. In the early game, when you're setting up, it allows you to get some extra energy on it. So if you have Giratina in the attacking spot, turn 1 you can get an energy on it, or if you're going turn 2, you get your manual attach and an extra attach from its ability. Sadly though, the way that some things work out, sometimes if you go things about it that way, by the time you get the 4th energy on it, through that ability, your turn would end and you wouldn't be able to attack anyway, so there's that. But combining it with Mewtwo, another very reliable Psychic Pokemon, is great because you can also have Mewtwo in the front and have your Giratina in the back charging up. We got a lot of other stuff. We got longevity stuff because Giratina is pretty big. So we got Potion, Giant Cape, and stuff because it does deal damage to itself. Trying out the new Pokemon Center Lady, which is like Irida, but for everybody. Kind of. And we have Dawn. Dawn is very good because Giratina gets that free energy every turn, and Dawn can put it back up to, say, your Giratina on the front, or your Mewtwo there as well. So it's kind of nice because Giratina can serve as like a big bulky attacker that gains its own energy, or it can serve as an energy bank. So that's the theme, that's the idea. We're going to jump into some games and we'll see how it goes. So, first game, and look at that, we got the Snorlax profile picture. Give us some more profile pics, man. We're going second, so we get the energy attachment there. Starting off with Giratina, it's kind of nice, though we'll see exactly how it plays out. We got Professor Oak already, we got Dawn ready to go, and we got a red in the back. So whatever EX they're playing, well, we're definitely going to be able to take it out. Though they're playing a small EX, so we don't necessarily need the red to, attack over it. Which, by the way, I didn't mention the red is in the deck. That's what it's there for. So we're going against Celebi. They don't get the energy attachment going first, so that's kind of nice, taking them off of that. And especially the fact that, like I said, Giratina can go ahead and take it out in one shot. Though, those coin flips are going to be kind of interesting. We'll see how their Superior goes in the back. But let's just go ahead and start things off with the Professor Oak, see what else we can draw into. We can get the other Giratina. Sadly, you can't do 2 Giratina at a time. We can manual attach. I'm going to hold on to the cape for a second and let's Broken Space Bellow, get some energy on there, and then by the end of next turn, we'll be roaring, ready to roll. So, okay, they've got their Servine here. That's kind of not good because they've got a pretty full hand, so it does kind of threaten the fact that they could have Superior. So if that's the case, I'm going to go ahead and attach that cape right now. Here's Dawn, and but let's go that other Professor Oak, who's got to fill up that bench. Sabrina, so we'll see how this goes. I think I'm definitely going to put the cape on Giratina now. I think I might be safe to just manual attach Broken Space Bellow and end my turn like that. Sadly, again, powered up, but we can't attack, so we'll have to wait for next turn. Though they'll get 1 attachment, and if they can evolve into Superior, they get to flip 4 coins, so that's not very good. Yeah, there's a Superior. So here it comes. It all comes down to, they get us if they flip 4 heads. Even if they flip 3, that's really good. There's 1 tails, 1 heads. Okay, so pretty even there. Though it looks like the Celebi is not long for this world and is going to get knocked out right away from this. We got a Pokeball, so let me just go ahead and grab something else out just, for the sake of it. And we can at least stick an energy on Mewtwo there. But, so let's go and do that. But I do have a Pokemon Center Lady, so let's heal up Giratina back to full health just to really ensure that we kind of undo a lot of what has already been done. And again, Giratina is going to deal damage to itself, so let's try and mitigate that a bit. Chaos Impact, knock out the Celebi. Thankfully, they didn't get a cape going because then I wouldn't be able to one-shot it, and I would need some help. But otherwise, their EX attacker is gone, and they've only got Superior here. I've got the Sabrina in hand, but otherwise, Giratina is already powered up, and that is the upside of a Giratina too, is that it doesn't have to discard its energy. There's Celebi. We might see the switch to but really it doesn't matter. We might see the switch to Celebi, actually. Okay, good. Yeah, retreat. They're going to manual attach 1, and they need to flip 2 heads in order to knock me out. So I think I'm going to fingers crossed. Man, 1 heads. Oh, you hate to see it. You absolutely hate to see it. Oh, Celebi, why? It would have been nice if I drew the other potion. Ooh. That is very not good. So let's go ahead and lead Mewtwo now. And we can at least tag something for 50 damage. This isn't looking amazing, actually. Oh, man. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to... I'm going to Sabrina here to try and slow them down, because then they'll either need the green in hand to retreat Superior again, or they'll need to burn up one of their energy in order to retreat it. So for now, I can at least do 50 to Superior. And we can pull it back up with Sabrina. Oh, that does... Man, a lot of this doesn't feel good. A lot of this doesn't feel good. If I had my other Giratina out, then that would be really nice. Because then in that case... oh, they're going to leave Superior up? No, they're going to retreat it. They're going to retreat Superior back into Celebi. Flip 2 coins. There it is. There it is. So I think I can kind of just... Tails. And Tails, thank you. Thank you. Now they're going in my favor. See, if we would have had those 2 Tails the previous time, then it would have been an easy win. There's a cape. We'll stick it on the Mewtwo. I'm going to go with another Sabrina to really kind of slow them down. And otherwise, I'm going to manual attach onto Mewtwo. Because then... Yeah, unfortunately, Mewtwo does only hit for 50. So we're going to do this. We might see... Actually, this isn't amazing because this Eevee is going to evolve. But if we can at least kind of... Again, the main thing I want to keep them off of is I want to keep them off of Celebi gaining more energy. So we're going to see the attach, probably attached, or no, right to, okay, yeah, right to Celebi, retreat, and then now Celebi gets to flip 4 coins. Yeah, know where they're going to leave this in. They're definitely going to retreat the Leafeon to go into Celebi, to flip the 4 coins, and as long as they don't flip 4 heads, then I've got it. The odds are in my favor a bit. There's 1 Tails. There we go. We got it. Ouch, and only 1 heads, too. Man, this is the thing about Celebi, is like, you're really reliant on the coin flips. So otherwise, then look, there's the other Giratina. So we just go ahead and manual attach to Mewtwo, and then we side drive, knock out Celebi, and we're golden. Hey, that was a pretty good game, and the second Giratina showed up at the very end, so I will definitely take that victory. So here we are jumping into the next game, and I didn't even address the whole, the different layout. We're trying things, and I'm realizing that, like, maybe, so I'm not using a green screen, I'm just using my recording software's built-in background removal. So, we got to work on the backdrop for videos, for all videos, and looks like we're going up against Wugtrio, but hopefully that chunk out of my head isn't too distracting. Maybe I should just like shift myself over a bit. But anyway, we start out with Giratina. We got a Giratina. Again, like I said, sadly you can't use both Giratina's effects or abilities in the same turn, which I'm, let's go ahead and I guess, do we even stick the helmet on this one? Wugtrio, I don't think Wugtrio gets all that big, but let's go ahead and just do it anyway. I have the red in hand. Because, things are going to build up. And I actually missed even what does spring out one of your opponent's Pokemon just shows at random, do 30 damage to it. Okay, so if he chooses the active Pokemon, if the active Pokemon gets chosen, then there's that. Wugtrio seems kind of funny. I have one. I haven't pulled the second one yet, so we can't really build that deck. But that's something that I want to look into. And they're going to cape the Diglett. Or sorry, Wiglet. For when it evolves into Wugtrio. I guess that is smart because that's definitely what they're going to want to do. It's like, try to keep as much damage off of off of it as possible. So let's go for this. Giant Cape. There's a Dawn. It's kind of nice. But I was going to manual attach. Going to go ahead and Broken Space Bellow. Get some action on this guy up front. And we're probably going to face the Wug Trio next turn. And, ooh, forgive me. I forget what Wug Trio does, man. We'll see. I mean, we'll definitely learn. We'll figure it out now. Or not. Okay. Energy on the Articuno. We might see the switch to Articuno. Nope. Evolution to Wug Trio. And, ooh, it needs 3 energy. But unfortunately, though, with the Cape, that's putting it just above, like, just out of range, even with the red in hand. But I think, but the fact that they didn't attach, man, putting the Cape on everybody, I don't like that. What I'm going to do is I am going to still attach, and we're definitely going to tag Wug Trio. I've seen no sign of Misty, but we're going to put a bunch of damage on it. And I've got Cyrus in hand if need be. I can heal off that and the damage it did to itself. And I guess that's what we'll do. Again, sadly, man, without the Cape, we would have taken it out with red. Definitely. But yeah, I mean, the Cape... Oh, there's a Misty. Tails would be really nice. 1 heads. Okay, only 1 head. That's fine. But they can get Wug Trio powered up. So let me read Wug Trio. One of your Pokemon chosen at random 3 times and does 50. Okay, so it's kind of like Dragonite. I see. It is basically Dragonite. But we can knock it out. Oh, that hurts so much. That actually hurts so much that they chose the Giratina. So it's not looking very good, actually, man. Yeah, Wug Trio, from what I've seen, is just an absolute menace. I can heal off this Giratina. Let's attach to this one. That's what we're going to do for sure. I can heal off this Giratina in front to stave off some of the damage that it's going to deal to itself. Okay, we're going to do that. And I guess I'll heal the one in the back. Yeah, this is really bad, actually. That Articuno isn't fully powered up. So I'm going to do this. Actually, no, I should have... No, what I should have done is I should have fully healed this Giratina. I should have fully, completely healed this Giratina in front. That's... Dang it, I got that wrong. I should have fully healed the Giratina in front with everything in my hand. Attack. Because then it can knock out Wug Trio and survive a hit then from Articuno. Actually, no, I did it wrong. Sorry. Giratina only deals 20 damage to itself, not 30. Okay, so I can survive 1 hit from Articuno. And I can't tag it back completely. But, okay, so it's going to take... Actually, hang on. This math is starting to work. This math just might work. If they attach to Articuno, deal 40 to Giratina. Giratina survives. Tag it for 20 with Rocky Helmet. I have red in hand. I think it's all coming together. I think it's all coming together. It is. There we go. The math is working out. The math is working out. 20 on Articuno. 20. And look, there's a Sabrina just for good measure. So we're going to go with red. Give Giratina that boost for this turn. And that is enough to knock out this Articuno once and for all. Oh, yeah, man. Nice. I will definitely take that. I was a little scared when when this guy was coming up and I saw his rank. It was, you know, it was pretty decent. But Giratina pulls the victory. So here we are with another game, and once again, we'll see how things go. Tails, so I get the energy attached, but you know, as we saw, oh, we're not starting off with Giratina, but we got a Pokeball to search for one. So actually, it's kind of in the very advantageous spot where we can start powering up both Pokemon at once. And there's a Skarmory. Don't like Skarmory because it hits pretty fast. Thankfully, they don't get to attach anything this turn. Well, I mean, they get to equip, right? Get to equip a Pokemon tool. That Pokeball was causing some lag. Don't know what's up. Research. Man, personally, I'm not a fan of all the weird, funny effects that you can stick on the cards in this game. So we'll see. Like, you know, I'm just not a fan of it. It's just not for me. Not for me. There's a cape. Don't like that. But even then, you know, putting Skarmory to 100, I don't think is all that much of a problem here. It is a problem in the fact that now it's going to start hitting for 50. So here's Giratina. We can do this. I'm going to stick the cape on each of them. And then we're going to do... I think we're going to split the energy in this sense, rather than like trying to fully invest into one of them. Because then Mewtwo can be powered up and start doing and attacking in one turn and start holding off the opponent a bit. Meanwhile, Giratina can kind of sit back and hang out. Actually, is that even worth it? Do I try to attack next turn? Because I can deal 50 to this Skarmory and get it closer to getting knocked out, because it's really going to be a problem. There's Ino. So getting a new hand. I don't mind it because I did... Oh, 2 Dawn. Wow. Yeah, that is pretty good. That is kind of what I wanted, actually. That actually kind of is just what I needed. So we're going to take 50 here. And that's going to be threatening, but... And 2 Giratina. Might as well bench him. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm definitely going to... This is interesting. This is interesting. I think I'm going to go ahead and just Psychic Sphere and try to 2-shot this Skarmory. And then the next thing, we can go ahead and Side Drive really quickly. Really easily. A little unfortunate that we can't keep building up Giratina with the bang. But I think it's pretty important to start striking now because they don't have things set up just yet. And it looks like they're going for Magnet Zone, by the way. So they're going to need to keep digging for it. The fact that we saw an Ino, we saw an Oak at the beginning, Ino, and then another Oak. So they're still digging for it. The fact that I haven't just gone right away and evolved the Magnemite almost tells me that, oh, they don't have the Magneton. Okay. So we're looking kind of good. Mewtwo is starting to look a little worse for wear, but we can knock it out now, actually. So I'm going to stick this energy on... do I even stick it on Mewtwo? Maybe we start investing in Giratina. I'm going to put it on this Giratina. And we'll just knock out this Skarmory with Psychic Sphere. And then if need be, I can one-shot another one with Side Drive. By using Dawn. Too bad I can't Dawn and Sabrina in the same turn, because now here comes the Magneton, and that's looking a little scary. So maybe I do kind of like but whenever that Magneton comes out, it's probably gonna be pretty big. So this is an interesting one here. Pokeball, that's gonna do us nothing. So so Magneton is kind of scary. Man, you know, maybe at this point, maybe Leaf would have been nice, because then I could swap out and we can start doing different things. This is really a big thing. This is really a big thing. Maybe I should have stuck an energy on Mewtwo earlier. That's what I should have done, because then we couldn't one-shot the Magneton and kind of start to try to shut them down a bit. Man, this is interesting, because I don't want to lose 2 energy. Because if I do that, if I Side Drive, then I'm going to lose 2 energy. Maybe I retreat from Mewtwo and Giratina. I don't want to lose the Mewtwo, and I don't want to lose the energy. But if I... Oh gosh, this is such a crazy... Such an interesting predicament. It's on me. It's on me for not playing that good. Totally on me. Let's see. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm definitely... Oh, we're hitting the time limit. Let's just do this. Oh, shoot. I took too long. I took way too long. Yeah, very bad. Very bad. Very bad that I didn't get the Giratina on it. Okay, there's the evolution. And yeah, okay, so it is Magnezone. Regular Magnezone. Do not like that. Don't like that. Yeah, I made some big mistakes here. What is going on? Well, here we go. Alright, so that cut weird. Thankfully, I had the chance to come back. Let me go ahead and... I don't want to... This is a weird one. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to Sabrina now to try and make up for some of that lost time. Thankfully, this Giratina has a cape, but it's still going to take a lot of damage. The Rocky Helmet plus that... and if they have a red in hand, then they knock out Giratina. Which, I'd assume with Magnezone, you would want to be doing that. Because the math could be really interesting on this. Could be really interesting. Giovanni, that's not enough, but it is with the helmet. With the helmet and everything, it's like, ooh. Is pretty bad, actually. So we're going to retreat, get this one going. Gonna manual attach. I'm gonna Dawn. Gonna do that. And then I'm gonna use its own Broken Space Bellow. Can definitely hit me once again. So that's not good. And if they have Cyrus, that also isn't very good. So, yeah, there's Cyrus. There it is. Yep, there is the game. Good one, though. Good one. I'm trying to think. I probably could have gotten out of that a little better if I had spent some more time thinking. Or spend some more... Obviously, spend more time thinking. If I had, like, planned it out a little better. But I think at least it was still a good one. So we're back here. That was the deck, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It's nice. I really like it. I'm glad I pulled some Giratina. Let's go and discuss some of the pros and cons. So the pros are that Giratina is some pretty nice energy acceleration. It has just a lot going for it. It gets its own energy. It can attack and deal some big damage. It's nice and bulky. The fact that you know, it's just a Pokemon like that. The deck overall, when you play only 3 Pokemon like this, it really does free you up to play a lot of supporters. And with stuff like Pokemon Center Lady, now being able to better heal your Pokemon, it allows you to play like all the items, you know, all the good Pokemon tools and the potions to really keep your Pokemon going. So those are some of the pros. The pros are it works with Mewtwo. And Mewtwo, even if it doesn't have Gardevoir, its buddy, still just attaching 1 energy every turn to Mewtwo is still pretty nice because, again, Mewtwo is big, it's good, it has 2 attacks, so there's that going for it. I guess let's go and discuss the cons. So the cons are that, yes, while you can accelerate energy, it really does... you really do have to think about it. You have to make sure things are planned out. You need to make sure that the tempo is going just right. Because as you can see, like Giratina is good that it can accelerate energy, but the fact that once it does that, your turn ends. The fact that to attack itself, it needs 4 energy. And with Mewtwo there, you know, you don't always have your Gardevoir to just attach your energy for free and keep going. That's the downside of Giratina being a big basic Pokemon that can bring energy there, is that your turn just ends when you use it. Some of the other cons are that Giratina does, you know, that 20 damage that it does to itself doesn't sound like a whole lot, and you might think like, oh, good, it only deals 20 damage instead of discarding energy, but it really does stack and add up, so, which is why you need all the healing. And as you can see that, you know, if you don't get healing just right, then it doesn't work out. So those are my thoughts on the deck. It's a cool, fun deck. I really do like it. I should have mentioned Dawn as a pro as well, but I think that goes along with all the supporters that you can play in the deck. So let me know what you think. What are you cooking with Giratina? I know that you can actually do a whole lot. I was trying out a Darkrai Giratina also for a bit, but I think I kind of landed on the Mewtwo Giratina just because, like, you can share the energy, and so it works out that way. But otherwise, you know, we can see some funny shenanigans with Giratina and its ability. So, like I said, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you want to see more deck videos, let me know as well, and hopefully we can do some more. But anyway, this is GatorX. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all later.